What if I told you that you could move through this world as composed as a glacier, unshaken by the chaos swirling around you? Imagine standing in the middle of a storm, watching the thunder crash and lightning strike, feeling nothing but perfect calm at your core. What if you could greet insults and attacks with a gentle smile, turning away from conflict, not because you feel defeated, but because you are stronger than any provocation? Today, you will discover how to walk through life untouched by anger, rising above each challenge with the poise of a sage. This is not some fluffy self-help pep talk. This is a deep dive into the very nature of your mind. By the time this journey ends, you will carry a peace so powerful that people will wonder if you possess some secret force they cannot see. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself at work. You're typing away, focused on your task, when someone strolls by, leans over, and says something cruel. Maybe they mock your ideas, belittle your effort, or whisper something meant to diminish you. You feel your chest tighten. Your heart pounds. You can taste the heat creeping up your neck. Everyone in the room turns toward you, waiting for your reaction. In that moment, you feel the old familiar urge to lash out, to defend yourself, to justify your worth. But instead, something unique happens. You breathe deeply, and you smile. You don't shout. You don't shrink. You simply stand firm in your peace. You walk away, shoulders relaxed, head held high. Everyone wonders, how did he do that? How can he be so calm in the face of such cruelty? Now, imagine this scene replaying every time someone tries to push your buttons. Your boss, your parents, random strangers, the drivers who cut you off, the friends who forget your birthday, the trolls hiding behind screens. Picture yourself responding each time with unshakable calm. Impossible? Not at all. The ancient Stoics, those wise souls from Africa, Asia, and Greece, mastered this art thousands of years ago. They stared at storms and said, "I am the I, and chaos only swirls around me." And now, the same secrets they used to conquer their emotions are here for you. So lean in and listen, because today marks the end of anger's reign over your life. Let's start with a deceptively simple truth. You are not your emotions. In truth, you have absolute authority over the thoughts that flare up inside your mind. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoic emperors, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Most people cling to the lie that emotions happen to them, that they are the puppet and emotions hold the strings. But anger does not happen to you. It is a choice you make in the blink of an eye, a story you tell yourself. It begins when you let external events shape your inner world. Imagine a rude comment as a spark landing on a dry forest floor. The anger that follows is a wildfire you fuel with your own beliefs. But what if, instead, you saw that spark for what it truly is, a mere flicker? Every time someone says something hurtful or unfair, your mind kicks into overdrive, leaving a narrative. They disrespect me. They think I'm worthless. They want to control me. Those thoughts fuel the fire of anger until you feel consumed. But what if you removed meaning from their words? What if their attempts to hurt you were akin to shouting at a mountain? The mountain does not tremble. The mountain does not crack. The mountain simply stands, immovable. You can become that mountain. In the moment when insult arrives, you stand on the silent shore of your mind, watching the waves of emotion rise. You acknowledge their presence, but refuse to let them drag you out to sea. Instead of reacting, you pause, you breathe. You ask yourself, is this worth sacrificing my peace? And the answer almost always is no. Let me share a tale. Once, there was a man mocked daily by his neighbors. Each morning, as he walked to his fields, they would hurl insults, calling him clumsy, ugly, ignorant. The man never replied. People wondered why he allowed this cruelty. One day, someone asked, "Why don't you fight back? Why do you tolerate their mockery?" He smiled and said, "If a dog barks at me, do I bark back? What does it prove?" His calm rendered them powerless. When you know your own worth, the world's noise cannot reach you. Anger often blossoms because we take things personally. Someone criticizes your work. You feel attacked, as if they aim a dagger at your very identity. But what if you understood that other people's actions are a mirror reflecting their own inner turmoil? Epictetus, a freed slave turned Stoic teacher, insisted, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." Most individuals lash out not from reason, but from pain. They speak harsh words because they hurt inside. Their cruelty is a sign of their wounds, not a verdict on you. Consider this. If a person carries a cup of poison and accidentally spills it on you, it is the poison inside that spilled, not something you invited. When someone unloads harsh words on you, they simply reveal their own bitterness. So why should you drink their poison? Instead, carry an umbrella of understanding. Picture them offering you a cup filled with vinegar, and you have the choice. Drink and let it burn through you, or set it down and keep walking. By refusing to internalize their venom, you remain untouched. This does not mean you are passive or powerless. It means you are wise enough to see that their barbs say nothing about you and everything about them. You choose not to let their storm sway your inner sky. Now, let us dive deeper into the root of anger, the ego. The ego is that whisper inside you that demands approval, that craves being right, that cannot stand the thought of failure or humiliation. It says, "I must be respected. I must be admired. I must win." But as soon as you embrace that voice, you become vulnerable. Insults hurt because your ego shrinks when it thinks its reputation is in peril. Take the story of Socrates, for instance. A man once shouted at him in public, calling him the ugliest, dumbest man in Athens. Socrates paused, then smiled and said, "Am I? Then I have much to learn." His ego did not tremble. His worth was not tied to others' judgments. When you no longer need to defend your ego, anger loses its power. Next time someone tries to wound your pride, pause and ask, "Why does this bother me?" Peer into that question. What am I protecting? Often you will discover that beneath that sting lies a fragile self-image seeking validation. And in that moment of clarity, you can choose to release the burden of defending your ego. It is like dropping a heavy stone you have carried for too long. You suddenly feel lighter, freer. Lao Tzu, the great Chinese philosopher, warned, "Care about people's approval and you will be their prisoner." Choose instead to be the one who dangles the key to his own prison. Peace is not a gift you awaken to. It is a muscle you strengthen through practice. The Stoics trained their minds daily, and so should you. Begin each morning with a moment of reflection. Before rising from bed, ask yourself, what challenges might today bring? What kind of people will I meet? Those who are angry? Those who are selfish? Those who treat me unfairly? Prepare your mind for the onslaught, not with dread, but with readiness. Expect these tests. See them as the path to growth, rather than obstacles to your serenity. Then, at midday, steal a few moments for stillness. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and repeat silently, "I control how I respond. No one can snatch away my peace without my consent." Let these words anchor you in the present. Feel the tension in your shoulders melt. Remind yourself that you are not a leaf blown about by other people's opinions or actions. You are the tree whose roots run deep. In the evening, before sleep claims you, review your day. Did you falter? Did anger flicker in your chest when someone tested you? Reflect without judgment. Ask, where did I lose my calm? What thought patterns triggered me? How can I do better next time? This nightly review is not self-flagellation. It is your blueprint for growth. By consistently examining your responses, you forge mental muscles to withstand future storms. And with each passing day, your tranquility becomes less fragile and more ironclad. As you practice this discipline, repeat to yourself a mantra handed down through time. Let them act as they will. I will act as I should. Do not waste energy trying to change the world. Instead, master yourself. One flickering candle can banish darkness from a whole room. Become that candle. Let your light shine so brightly that the shadows around you recede naturally. Now, I want to share a final secret that will transform insults from threats into opportunities. Consider each rude comment, each harsh word, each attempt to provoke you as a test. Yes, a test. Just as students face exams to prove their knowledge, you face provocations to prove the strength of your mind. Every insult is a lesson disguised as pain. Each angry person becomes your mirror. How you respond reveals your true mastery over self. When you pass this test, when you smile and refuse to engage, you grow more powerful. If you stumble, the universe simply sets another exam before you, inviting you to learn again. Repeat this aloud. Nothing anyone says can hurt me without my permission. Feel the power behind those words. They are your shield, your armor, your declaration of independence from the tyranny of other people's judgments. This is the path of the unbothered mind, the peaceful warrior, the wise soul who walks unscathed through a world of conflict. Can you feel the shift already? Can you sense that your old buttons will soon lose their power over you? Today, you stand at a crossroads. On one path lies the familiar territory of reactive anger, endless battles, frayed nerves, regret, and exhaustion. On the other path lies a realm of serene strength, where you hold the remote control to your emotions, where no one can yank the peace from your heart. The path you choose in this moment will shape your tomorrow and the day after that. Let us reinforce these truths so they are etched into your consciousness. You are not your emotions. Emotions are like weather patterns, temporary, ever-changing, and ultimately transient. You are the sky beneath, vast and unending. Others' behavior is not about you. It is a reflection of their own struggles, their own wounds. Their words are the echo of their pain, not a judgment on your worth. Your ego is a false king demanding tribute. Free yourself from that tyranny. Drop the heavy stone of self-importance and feel the lightness of humility. Peace is not a byproduct of a perfect world. It is a practice cultivated each morning, midday and night. And every insult is a test, not a threat, an invitation to prove your mastery over self. Now, breathe deeply and close your eyes again. Picture yourself walking into every conversation, every situation, every challenge, knowing that nothing can disturb your calm. See the surprise on people's faces when they expect to rile you up and find nothing but tranquility. Feel the power coursing through your quiet confidence. You carry a hidden force, invisible yet unbreakable. Others can't see it, but they feel it. They fear trying to provoke you because they sense that your peace is sacrificial ground. They cannot trespass upon it. This journey is not over when you finish watching this video. It begins here. From this very second, choose to stand as the mountain, not the leaf. Next time someone tries to insult you, pause, breathe. Place their words in a small glass jar and set it down. Turn away free, because you know now that you are not ruled by emotion. You are the captain of your inner ship, navigating calm seas, no matter how fierce the storm around you. Let me leave you with a vision. A world filled with people who have learned to master their minds. Imagine conflict fading because no one answers hatred with hatred. Wars would find silence and dialogue. Arguments would crumble in understanding, and relationships would flourish in patience. Your own transformation sets off ripples, touching everyone you meet. One peaceful person can inspire 100 more, and soon, those hundreds will become thousands. Now imagine what that world could look like once you step into your power. So, will you continue letting others hold the remote control to your emotions? Will you let a random insult shatter your day? Or will you reach inside, grasp your strength, and declare, "I am untouchable"? You have the choice. Choose wisely, and watch how your life unfolds. Remember always, you are not your emotions. Others' actions reflect their own struggles. Your ego is not your identity. Peace is forged in daily practice, and insults are tests, not threats. Every time you rise above, you pass another exam. Every time you choose calm over fury, you forge an unbreakable mind. So smile the next time someone tries to provoke you. Let them see that no arrow they aim can find a target, because you now hold the key to a realm where anger fades, where calm prevails, where you reign over your mind as king or queen. You are untouchable, and this is just the beginning. If you thirst for more, dive deeper into these teachings, practice them relentlessly, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Stay unwavering in your peace, and remember, the world can only sway you if you allow it to. Choose not to be swayed. Embrace your unshakable calm, and watch as life opens its doors to you, not with conflict, but with respect, admiration, and deep, abiding peace.